In today's markets, competition is intense and customer needs are very diverse due to differences in preferences, income, lifestyles, and buying habits. This means businesses can no longer use a one-size-fits-all marketing approach. Instead, they need to clearly understand who their customers are, which segments to focus on, and how to position their brands or products to meet those customers' expectations. The STP framework, standing for segmentation, targeting, and positioning, offers a step-by-step method to do this effectively. It helps companies break down the market into distinct groups, choose the best segments to serve, and create a clear image of their offering in the minds of those customers. When done well, STP makes marketing more efficient, enhances competitive advantage, and leads to higher customer satisfaction. In this presentation, we'll explore how STP works, why it's valuable, practical examples of its use, advantages and disadvantages, and conclude with an overall evaluation. The process itself is straightforward. It starts with segmentation, where the market is divided into meaningful groups, then targeting, where companies decide which groups to focus on, and finally, positioning, where they shape how their product or brand is perceived by those target customers. Each step builds on the last, making STP a clear and logical way to approach marketing strategy. Market segmentation is about breaking down a large market into smaller groups of consumers who share similar traits, needs, or behaviors. This helps businesses understand their customers better and make their marketing more effective. There are three main types of segmentation. First, demographic segmentation looks at measurable factors like age, gender, income, education, and occupation. For example, a clothing store might have different lines for teenagers, professionals, and retirees. Second, geographic segmentation sorts customers based on location, such as country, region, city, or climate. Fast food chains use this by offering menus tailored to specific regions. Lastly, psychographic segmentation focuses on lifestyle, values, attitudes, and personality. A good example is brands that market sustainable products to environmentally conscious consumers. These approaches help companies connect with the right audience more precisely. Behavioral segmentation looks at how consumers act, focusing on things like how often they use a product, how loyal they are to a brand, and what benefits they are seeking. For example, airlines use loyalty programs to reward frequent travelers. When it comes to targeting, businesses need to choose which market segments to focus on by considering how well those segments match their goals and resources. There are three main targeting strategies: undifferentiated targeting, where one marketing approach is used for the entire market, which works well for simple products and keeps costs low but lacks personalization; differentiated targeting, which involves creating different marketing mixes for various segments, leading to higher costs but broader market coverage, like car companies offering economy, mid-range, and luxury models; and concentrated targeting, which zeroes in on one specialized segment to serve it more precisely. Some segments have a lower volume but show strong brand loyalty, like luxury fashion brands, where customers value exclusivity and are less price sensitive. Another approach is micro-marketing or personalization, which tailors products or services to individual customer preferences. Streaming platforms are a great example, recommending content based on what a viewer likes. Moving on to positioning, this is about how a brand or a product is viewed by customers compared to competitors. Effective positioning means delivering a clear value that sets the brand apart. Companies can position themselves based on price, quality, innovation, customer service, or their brand story and ethics. Tools like perceptual maps help visualize how a brand stands in relation to others. Applying the STP process in business leads to better use of marketing resources by focusing efforts on customers most likely to buy, which improves return on investment. It also enhances customer satisfaction, as products and communications better meet specific needs, building stronger loyalty. Effective positioning gives a brand a stronger competitive edge by helping it stand out in crowded markets, making it more difficult for competitors to copy. At the same time, STP brings strategic clarity by offering a clear framework for decision-making, which reduces uncertainty and ensures marketing efforts stay aligned with the overall business goals. In practice, businesses start by conducting market research, gathering data through surveys, focus groups, and analytics to identify meaningful customer segments. Next, they evaluate these segments based on factors like size, growth potential, profitability, accessibility, and how well they fit with the company's strategy. After assessing these aspects, the business selects the target segments that best align with its strengths and objectives. Finally, They develop a clear positioning statement that defines who the target customers are, the product category, and the key benefits being offered, which guides all marketing communications and activities. Aligning the marketing mix means adjusting the product, price, promotion, and place to fit the desired market positioning. For example, Apple targets tech-savvy, design-conscious consumers who are willing to pay premium prices by offering innovative, high-quality, and user-friendly technology, which builds strong brand loyalty. Coca-Cola segments the market by age, lifestyle, and usage occasions, and targets multiple segments with different brands like Coke, Diet Coke, and Coke Zero, positioning itself around refreshment, happiness, and lifestyle connection, which helps it dominate many market segments. Netflix, on the other hand, segments by viewing habits and preferences, targets a global audience with personalized profiles, and positions itself as convenient, on-demand entertainment tailored to individual tastes, using a data-driven approach that's key to its success. Overall, the STP framework helps companies understand their market deeply by analyzing consumer behavior in detail. Segmentation, targeting, and positioning improve marketing effectiveness by making messages more relevant and persuasive to the audience. They also support innovation by providing clear target segments that guide product development. This approach is flexible and can be applied across various industries, including consumer goods, services, education, and nonprofits. However, there are some disadvantages to consider. Conducting market research and segmentation can be costly and time-consuming, which adds complexity. There's also a risk of over-segmentation, where markets become so narrowly defined that they are too small to be profitable. Consumer behavior is dynamic and changes quickly, which can make segments less stable over time. Lastly, poor data or mistaken assumptions can lead to targeting the wrong segment, which wastes resources and opportunities. Overall, while STP offers strong benefits, it requires careful and ongoing management to be effective. The STP framework, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, is a fundamental tool in marketing that helps businesses understand the varied needs of different consumer groups. By doing this, companies can use their resources more effectively, stand out from competitors, and create stronger relationships with their customers. Although implementing STP requires thorough research and constant adjustments, the advantages make it well worth the effort. In today's competitive and fragmented markets, STP offers clear guidance and strategic focus. Companies that know exactly who their customers are, decide which ones to focus on, and understand how they want to be seen, are much better positioned to succeed over the long term. This clarity drives smarter decisions and more meaningful connections with the audience.